everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going over my August TBR. So there are a couple different readathons that I'm planning on participating in August, and I have other things that I want to read, so I feel like this might be a longer list than I would like, but there's no way around it. The first books that we are going to talk about are going to be the Readathon. We did not pick out a book on camera last month because I had a huge Enneagramathon TBR that I needed to do, but we aren't doing as many books as that. So the Readathon for the month of August is time of day. So like any word in the title that is like a time of day. So night, morning, dawn, like all that kind of stuff. And what we normally do is have Presley pick out the book for us. So I have two choices. The first one I have here is Dusk or Dark or Dawn or Day by Shauna McGuire. This is a novella and I actually don't know much about it because it is not connected to any of her other work, but I have it and it's short. So this is our first option. And the second option is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. So this one, obviously, midnight, the other one, dawn and dusk and all that kind of stuff. This one is going to be some sort of, I think, more literary fiction, but it is about a woman who I believe has passed away, and then she goes into a library and can look at, like, the choices she made in life. I don't know much else. It's been getting a lot of buzz, although I think it's died down a little bit, but I'm still very excited to try it out. This one actually was a gift from Rye's Reading Corner, and I definitely need to get to it. So we're gonna let Presley pick and see which one he does choose for us. Camera's a little tilted because I wanted to be able to see him. He doesn't want to sit by himself, which is okay. You can sit on Mama's lap. But you want to pick a book for Mama? So we have the two options right here. Which one should Mommy read? Oh, Dusk or Dark or Dawn or Day. Okay, I thought he might pick this one because it has more going on. That one, good job. Okay, so he's still holding Dusk or Dark or Dawn or Day. Let's flip it around. And so basically it says, when her sister Patty died, Jenna blamed herself. He's not going to let me show it to you, but on the cover, like on the front, it does look like there's some sort of like office buildings or like skyscrapers or like a city, as well as like a cornfield. Or is that wheat? No, I think that's corn. So I don't know what any of that is about, but it is a novella, so it will be very quick to get through. The next readathon that I'm going to be participating in is the Enneagramathon. I actually have an announcement video for this because I am a co-captain for Team 2. My other captain actually is Rye from Rye's Reading Corner, who I mentioned earlier, and I have an announcement video with everything going on with that, but it's going to be happening the first 2 weeks of August, and so we have 3 different prompts plus a buddy read. So the first prompt is going to be to read a romance. And the one that I have picked for that is Written in the Stars by Alexandria Bellafleur. This one is going to be a sapphic romance. I believe it is some sort of Pride and Prejudice retelling. I don't know much more than that. I do have a slight, like, damaged thing on the cover that I didn't know was on there until after I had purchased it, like, the end of last year, but I am very excited to try this one out. The next prompt that we have is to read a book from a series. So for this one, I'm going to be reading Persuasion by Jamin Eve and Jane Washington. This is the third book in the Curse of the Gods series that I've actually been sort of reading like one a month almost recently as buddy reads with Lana from Lauren Lullabies. So we are planning on doing that again. This will be another buddy read that we're gonna do, and this is the first book in this series that I have not read before. I had read books 1 and 2 a while ago, like before book 3 came out, and just never kept up with the series, even though I've like basically purchased all of the ebooks already. This is one way I like to support, especially like indie authors, if it's a series that's still coming out. I will read a book or two to see if I like it, and then if I do, I keep buying the books to support them, but then I wait until like the whole series is done to actually finish the series. But this is a reverse harem fantasy romance that has been really heavy on fantasy and a little bit light on romance so far, but we definitely got into some of the romance stuff in book 2, and we got like a cliffhanger in book 2, and things are happening now that are like pushing the plot forward for sure, and I am so interested to see what is going to happen next. So that'll be the next one that we read. He's still showing you guys this book. Then our third prompt is a poll. So I actually have 4 different books that are all technically NetGalley arcs. Some of them are, you know, recent, and then some of them I got behind this year. But I have 4 of them that I would like you guys to pick. 1, you can vote down below, just tell me what book out of these 4 you think I should read. And 2, I will also have a poll up on Twitter and Instagram for the next like day or 2 that you guys can vote on, so that by the time we actually get into August, I have what book I will be reading. But the first one I have here is Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Boulley. This one is one of the ones that I was desperate to get to, and I think it came out like March or April, and I just got so far behind. I was scrambling to read books and I did not get to this one, and I hate that I have put it off for so long because I want to read it. This actually I think is one of the buddy reads for another team in the Enneagramathon, so maybe this is the one you guys are gonna vote for, I don't know. But this is supposed to be, I think it's a contemporary thriller. I don't fully know for sure, but the cover's gorgeous. I want to read it. The second one I have is Flashfire by TJ Klune. This is the sequel to The Extraordinaries. This one just came out this month in July, and so I'm not that far behind, but at the same time I should have read it earlier, but I got so swept up in reading indie books, and this is one of the books by TJ Klune that is not indie, and so yes, but this is the sequel to The Extraordinaries, which is queer, has a character with ADHD, and has superheroes. The next one that I could read is It's Raining Men by Julie Hammerl. I think this one also is coming out at the end of July. I don't think it's quite out yet when I'm filming this, but this is going to be an adult romance. I don't actually know too much more than that because I don't like to read into too much of like plot summary stuff for that, but it is going to be romance. And then I also have The Dead and the Dark by Courtney Gold. This one I do believe is coming out August 3rd, so I probably should get on this as well, but this is going to be some sort of other spooky thriller mystery type of one. Again, I don't know anything else about it. I'm one of those people that as soon as I read a synopsis and a summary, I will determine if I want to read it. It goes on my Goodreads want to read list, and then I forget any possible thing I would have known about the book until I actually read it. I go into all of my books blind. But those are the 4 that I would like to read, and I'm letting you guys choose. So again, you can comment down below, or you can go onto my socials, Twitter and Instagram, and do the polls there. I'll have a Twitter poll, I'll have an Instagram story poll. And then we do have a buddy read as well. And so our buddy read for Team 2 for the Enneagramathon is going to be Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. This one was also a gift. I actually received this, I believe, for Christmas last year. I guess it could have also been my birthday. My birthday's in January, so I get those mixed up sometimes, but it was a gift from Michelle Reads YA, and I definitely want to get to this one. This is going to be a dark contemporary. There are probably trigger warnings and content warnings for this. I don't actually know them because, like I said, I want to go in blind. If I can find a page that lists them, I will put it down below for you. But yeah, this is supposed to be quite dark, and I'm very, very much ready for it. Michelle absolutely loves like all of Tiffany D. Jackson's work that she has read, and so I definitely want to read it. Okay, and so that's everything for the Enneagramathon. If I do finish all of Team 2's books before the 2 weeks of the readathon is up, I am planning on trying to read some of Team 1's prompts because I am a 2-wing 1. However, I have not picked anything out for that yet because I don't want to get ahead of myself. But there is one other readathon that I am planning on doing in August because it's my readathon. August 16th through the 22nd is the Choose Your Own Adventure readathon. I do have an announcement video for that up as well. I will leave that link down below. I am super, super excited for this because I've been working on it for months. It's literally a choose your own adventure. You're gonna go in and pick different options, and those are gonna give you your prompts, and you will not see the prompts until you pick what you want to pick. So I do not have anything planned for this readathon, like this is my TBR, because even though I know what the prompts are, I'm either going to cheat or have my husband pick them for me so that I can't plan ahead because nobody else can really plan ahead. This round, the theme is going to be Star Trek because I absolutely love Star Trek. I explained it all in the announcement video. But go check that out if you haven't yet because it is just a week-long readathon in August. There are prizes. But yeah, I'm very, very excited, but I can't plan anything out for that yet. And then the last thing that we do with every TBR this year is pick a TBR bucket pick. So I have a TBR bucket instead of a jar because I have way too many TBR books that are physical and ebooks. Everything gets lumped in together in this bucket. I have like over 600 things I think still because I'm constantly buying ebooks. And I bought way too many books this month. I'm going to be filming my TBR next, so that'll be the next video up. And I broke my book buying ban, but we're not going to talk about that today. We have a TBR bucket. Can you get a paper?
No.
Okay. Presley sometimes likes to play with the papers in here, but he apparently does not want to pick one out for me. So I'm going to do it. We're going to pick one. Hopefully it's not one that I've already read. It's green. Oh, okay. It is Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. This is a book. Oh, sorry, baby. I just elbowed him in the head. Let me put the bucket down. Pick the baby up. I didn't elbow him hard, but he definitely got a little bit of an elbow in the head. This is a book that I was just talking about in my indie and self-published books I need to read because August was the indie accords. Everything was indie books, self-published books. I was so focused on those, but I was not able to get Long Shot onto my TBR because it didn't really fit the prompts. But it's one that I have been dying to read. I think I actually mentioned it in my 21 books to read in 2021 video, like back in December. I was so excited for it, and I just haven't read it yet. So actually, I am very, very happy with this TBR bucket pick. This is an ebook, so I don't have a copy to show you. I'm sure you've seen the cover on the screen already, because editing me is always on top of that. But yeah, Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. This is going to be a romance. A basketball sports romance. I don't know if it's new adult or adult, but I have heard it gets very dark. So even though it is romance, there are trigger warnings and content warnings you need to be aware of. I, again, don't know what they are because I'm going to go in blind. All I know is sports romance, it does get dark. Okay, and so I think that is the entire TBR for now. 2 different readathons and the Buzzwordathon, which is more like a challenge for me personally. TBR bucket pick. Yeah, I think that is everything for this month. That's actually not too bad. 3 physical books and 3 ebooks so far, plus whatever I'm going to read for the Choose Your Own Adventure Readathon. But that's like a whole week. I'm gonna vlog that too, just so you guys know. I'm very excited for basically all of these. Oh, I got a good reading month this month. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Remember to leave a vote down below for what book you think I should read for my poll pick for the Enneagramathon, and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more videos. I do have videos up Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I will see you then. Bye!